Welcome to the first of many Twitch tutorials brought to you by Twitch Design. Today what we're going to be doing is making a realistic looking Google logo. So as you can see on the screen here, we have the actual Google logo and then one that I've created. And it's important to point out that Google does use a paid font. It's called CamStudio. It costs about $150 and there's a link below if you'd like to buy it. But what's nice about the Google logo is that it's so unique that you can really put it in any font and it's going to look like the Google logo. And you can get some really unique things coming out of it if you just play around with the logos a little bit. So what I'm basically going to be doing is showing you the blending options that will give you something similar to the logo. So let's go ahead and create a new document. I'm going to make it big. Bigger the better, right? And first step is going to be to type out Google. Bring that towards the middle here. Pick the cattle font just so you get a look at it. And first things first, let's get some colors in here. Now I just kind of grabbed some colors. These aren't maybe actually what they use, but you can use them too. Go for the blue. I used 1965BA. That's obviously going to be used in this G as well. For the red, I used C71C04. And again on the E. For the yellow, I used FFE10D. And lastly, for the green L, all about the 14971C. Boom. So, kind of looks like the old school Google logo. But here's where the magic happens. Basically, we're going to open up by double clicking, open up the layer styles. And first things first, let's get the drop shadow out of the way because that's important. So click on drop shadow so that it turns on. Can leave pretty much everything the same. I am going to end up lowering the opacity down to around 27 or so. Distance is going to be about 19. Say 0 and a size of 8. And so now we have the drop shadow showing up in the back. Next thing is going to be an inner shadow. So for the inner shadow, I have it as multiply. I have the opacity as 24. That'll stay the same. Distance is going to be 0. Choke 16. Size 29. And everything else stays the same. And then the big one is the bevel and emboss, which we are going to go with the emboss. We are going to blast that way up to 1000. We're going to do the size of 29 and a soften of 10. And I went ahead and used this type of shading. Blend mode is lighten. Opacity on this one is 52. And on this what I did is this is where the big difference is I moved this to soft light and bumped the opacity all the way up to 100. And there you have it. It's a freaking Google logo. What do you know? And like I said, if you don't have CamStudio, don't worry about it. There's lots of other fonts that you can use. Even if you just do something like Times New Roman, it still looks pretty good. So that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe for all the other tutorials we'll be coming out with. And make sure not to steal the Google font because Google does rule the world and they will track you down and kill you.